Eau Rouge, Radion, the bus stop chicane. Iconic turn names and an iconic circuit. History lives here at Spa-Francorchamps at the Belgium Grand Prix. Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track's a great one for fans of pure speed, and the average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles per hour. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Fernando Alonso yesterday puts him on pole position, just edging out Alex Albon, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Stroll, Verstappen, Norris, Perez, Tsunoda, Oscar Piastri, Sargent, Sainz, Magnussen, Hamilton, Leclerc, Hulkenberg, Joe, Ocon, Bottas, De Vries, Russell, and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot. And now it's time to head down to the track. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm. That may or may not play into some of the team's hands in today's race. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Okay, sat in P2. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Verstappen behind you now. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. You've got 10 laps until your pit window opens. Pit window opens in 10 laps. 43 laps to go. That's a new fastest lap of the race. Verstappen's behind. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Time last lap was at 1 minute 49.0. Front of the pack. Fernando is behind you now. They're on fresh softs. Your pit window opens in 8 laps time. Okay, 41 laps to go. rain expected. No rain expected for the time being. Okay, dry seemed like the best tyre for now. Verstappen behind you now. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap was a 1:48.9. Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position. and Verstappen's behind. Okay, they're on old softs. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps, and there's 36 laps to go. Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Gap to your teammate behind is 1.6 seconds. Try to keep focus. We're going to box this lap and push hard on the in-lap. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Okay, you're in ninth position. It's Hamilton ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 8.6 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, Russell's behind you now. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, so gap to the leader is 17.1 seconds. And that's 13 laps now until your pit window's open. Okay, 32 laps to go. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Fernando is in for his stop. We're leading the car behind by 2.7 seconds. Job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, so the car behind's just come in. They're now on the soft tyre. Soft tyres on the car behind. first position, front of the pack. Verstappen behind you now. And the gap behind us is 3.7 seconds. They're on fresh softs. You've got 10 laps until your pit window opens. Pit window opens in 10 laps. 29 laps to go. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 5.6 seconds. And Verstappen's behind. Okay, the gap behind is 2.1 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time was 1 minute 47.0. pace back. At the moment, the car behind is lapping faster than us by around a second a lap. No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. What an idiot! What an idiot! No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. You're in second place. Verstappen's ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 4.1 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Perez is behind you. Our gap behind is 1.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Your pit window opens in 5 laps time. 5 laps. 24 laps to go. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 1.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 8 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1:49.0. Gap to your teammate behind is 2.5 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. They're in 4th, and the time last lap was a 1:49.1. Okay, you sat in P2. It's Verstappen ahead. Okay, gap ahead is 5.7 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Perez is behind you. Okay, push. Gap to the car behind. 1.8 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, 22 laps left. Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Verstappen's ahead of you, and gap to the car in front is 6.8 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time was a 1:49.0. Alright, at the moment you're losing 3 tenths a lap. Come on, dig in. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 2.6 seconds. Tyre condition still looking good. Perez behind. Okay, car behind trailing us 2.7 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1:49.8. Push now, we're boxing this lap. Okay, go, go, go. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. That's P7 now, P7. Leclerc is ahead of you. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 6.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Piastri's behind. Okay, gap to the car behind, 1.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. The distance to the leader is 25.7 seconds. Look after these tyres now, you want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, 18 laps to go. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 4.9 seconds. We're leading the car behind by 3.2 seconds. Hamilton's ahead of you. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 4.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap was a 1:49.9. Fernando's in the pits. Currently the fastest lap is at 1:47.0. We don't currently have the data for that request. Aston Martin drivers stopping now. Perez is behind you. They've just entered the pits. They're on fresh mediums. It's Verstappen ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 21.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, they've done 15 laps on those tyres. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time was a 1:49.1. You're gaining by 2 seconds a lap. Amazing. Okay, clear. lane. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, they've done 15 laps on those tyres. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1 minute 49.1. Gap to your teammate behind is 10.0 seconds. Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Verstappen ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 1.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are just one lap old, and the time last lap was a 1:59.8. Verstappen's just put up the fastest lap of the race so far. And that's Fernando behind. And the gap behind us is 10.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 47.4. pace is strong, but be aware these tyres need to go the distance. Perez behind. Okay, the gap behind is 10.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Time last lap was a 1:47.0. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 11.0 seconds. Verstappen's ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 5.7 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Perez is behind you. Our gap behind is 10.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, we're into the last 10 laps now. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 9.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1 minute 47.7. Your last lap time was a 1:48.1. Verstappen ahead, and gap to the car in front is 9.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 46.8. Okay, you're dropping back by around 1.4 seconds. Gap to your teammate behind is 9.2 seconds. That's just 5 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, you sat in P2. Verstappen's ahead of you. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 12.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. Perez is behind you. Okay, push, push. Gap to the car behind, 7.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, just 5 laps until the end. Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. We've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. Perez behind. Okay, car behind trailing us, 7.6 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 12 laps old. Time last lap was a 1:48.8. second place. You're in second place. It's Verstappen ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 15.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Perez is behind you. Okay, gap to the car behind. 7.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race on this compound. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 9.6 seconds. Got 1 lap of fuel remaining. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Less than 1 lap of fuel left now. The tank's pretty much empty.
Well done. I think we managed that really well, guys. Super happy.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they secured here. Let's have a quick look at how the drivers' standings have changed. Well, it wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
Let's move on to the constructors. Aston Martin move up to the top of the standings. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.